Good afternoon. This is call number 2020-74311 in the entrance of Isaiah Lopez. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
My name is Kimberly Ponce, and I am the mother of Isaiah Lopez.
And represents Attorney General, State of Texas.
No, sir.
Your Honor.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent is Stephen Lopez. Mr. Lopez was personally served on May 4th, 2022 at 9:04 a.m., 3850 South Loop, 1604 West, San Antonio, Bexar County, Texas. He's not filed an answer or made an appearance. Is that correct, Ms. Sharma?
That is correct, Your Honor.
We'll proceed by default.
Yes, Judge. I would like to call Ms. Ponce the mother.
All right.
Ms. Ponce, you have one child, Isaiah Lopez, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And how old is Isaiah?
Isaiah is 4 years old.
And who is his father?
His father is Stephen Lopez.
How do you know Mr. Lopez is the father?
They have the same birthmark and they look exactly the same.
Did he sign the birth certificate?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And are you asking the court to acknowledge that Mr. Lopez, Stephen Hernandez Lopez, is the biological father of your child?
Yes, ma'am.
And who does the child currently live with?
Myself, and we live with my parents.
Okay. Have you and Mr. Lopez ever lived together in the past?
Yes, we have.
And when did you separate?
We separated March 2020.
And why did you separate?
He was really abusing towards me in front of my child. And it got to the point where he almost killed me in front of my child. So I had to walk away from that.
And at that point, were there law enforcement involved?
Yes, there was.
And did he serve a conviction for any abuse to you?
Sadly, for him trying to kill me, they only gave him 30 days of house arrest.
And during that time, have you had any contact with him again?
He has contacted me, yes, but not to speak about the child, to go off on me and talk crazy to me.
And when you say go off on you and talk crazy to you, does that include any threats or harm or abuse toward you or the child?
Well, he basically just says that he doesn't care for the child and that he'll give me the custody for my child. He believes the child isn't his because of, I told him that when I was mad one day, but I have, if y'all want, I can give y'all a DNA test. I have no.
And earlier you stated that he's the father. Do you have any doubt that he's the father of the child?
He's 100% the father.
Okay. And due to the history of domestic violence and that you've described earlier, are you asking the court to name you as the managing conservator of the child?
Yes.
Do you believe that Mr. Lopez should have visits with the child even if you're not around?
No.
Why not?
I don't think he's in the right state of mind to even take care of a child alone in general, with any child, not just my child.
When you say in the right state of mind, why do you say that?
He is abusing and he's recently been in rehab for drugs. And it's not the simple drugs. He was off the K2, which is Kush, where it turns you into zombies, basically.
Okay. And when was the last time Mr. Lopez actually saw your son?
About 2 years ago.
It's been over 2 years. Does your child have any kind of relationship with Mr. Lopez?
No, my son does not remember Mr. Lopez.
And would you even be open to supervised visits?
Supervised, yes.
Okay.
But if it's gonna confuse my son, then no.
No. So you're not seeking visits for your son with Mr. Lopez at this time, correct?
No, ma'am, correct.
And do you know if Mr. Lopez is employed?
I'm not sure.
Do you know if he has any other children?
He does have one more children he doesn't care for as well.
Okay. And how is your child covered under health insurance?
Medicaid,
And are you in agreement to maintain that health insurance for your child?
of course. Yes, ma'am.
And because we do not have any wage information or employment information for Mr. Lopez, you understand the court is going to set child support based on minimum wage, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said you know he has one other child, but we have no information if that child is living with him or if he's under a court order to pay support to that additional child, correct?
Correct.
And you are asking the court to set medical support at $57 a month beginning September 1?
Correct.
And are you asking the court to set child support at $217 a month beginning September 1?
Correct.
And earlier you stated that you and Mr. Lopez separated around March of 2020. Since the date of separation, has Mr. Lopez provided any direct financial support for the child?
No, ma'am.
Are you asking the court to order back child support from the date of separation, March 1 of 2020 until today?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that that would be also based on minimum wage in the amount of $6,510, correct?
Correct.
Are you asking the court to order that Mr. Lopez pay that back support at $83 a month beginning September 1?
Correct.
And if the district clerk should bill court costs, you believe Mr. Lopez should pay those, correct?
Correct.
And as far as your address information, are you asking the court to keep your address confidential due to the history of abuse and harassment from Mr. Lopez?
Yes, ma'am. I actually had a protected order against him. I don't know if it's still valid or if y'all can still continue it.
And
But
that was
I-
a 2-year, go ahead.
Yes, it was a 2-year protection order.
And what year was that protective order initiated?
I believe 2020.
So it's probably expired now or close to being expired, correct?
Correct.
And you would like to renew that with the courts?
Yes, I do fear for my life if he does come around, just because he, like I said, he's not right in the head, and I feel like the punishment the judge gave him, 30 days of house arrest for almost trying to kill me and suffocate me, was just not right.
Okay. And have you reviewed and signed the order that we're asking the judge to approve today?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge. I pass this witness.